Hello everybody, this is Vlad Antonov, single stop for software quality, and today I'd like to talk about some of the important KPI metrics that are test managers and QA using for determining the quality of the product. There's at least a dozen of them out there that I know of, but I would like to talk about some of the important ones. There's about 10 to 12 that we'll go over in a set of few videos. Today I'll talk about active defects. Think of active defects are defects that are in state new, open, or resolved, right? But not yet verified by QA. Now, why is this, in my opinion, important to test managers? I mean, that's how they can provide progress to senior management above them about the status of the project. They can also rationalize and provide updates regarding possible delays in the release. Are we gonna hit the milestones and stuff like that? So they can do a lot with that. So personally, what I do with this is I monitor it. I set up some sort of a reporting. Let's say if it's Jira, it's very easy to do so. So you create a report of all the active defects and closed defects, and then I look for things such as the severity and priority of open defects. So it's very important that when you guys as QA open a defect, you set a severity and the priority of the defect. Even though it might get changed later on, you really want to provide your opinion because you guys are the ones who's testing it. And so when it gets triaged, and if somebody wants to make a change, they can go ahead and do that. That's not a big issue. But reality is, as we move through the project and trying to get to the end of it and to the release, you really don't want to have any critical defects like SEV1, SEV2s at all, right? While you do your cycles, your regression cycles. So, but you also might want to think about, the defects that are coming out as, really small, but there's a lot of them, right? Like really small in severity and priority. So if you have a gazillion of those, right, then it's time to think, do we want to really fix them? Is it going to be really annoying? So if you're working in a medical industry, you probably want to have very few of those as well, right? Because you're being heavily monitored by FDA and stuff like that. If you're not, then you probably could recommend skipping those and creating patches and things like that. So it's very important to know that your QA manager depends on you a lot, on your opinion, because they will probably be asking, well, how do you feel about the product? Because essentially you're the one who's testing them, not them. You always have to understand that they're decision makers. But again, what does it mean to be decision maker? Most of the time, your manager will ask you your feeling and what would you recommend, right? If your manager somehow wants to put more power in your hands, like, hey, should we release or not? Well, it's a recommendation, right? At the end of the day, it's not really QA who decides to release or not. I want to make sure you guys understand that, and that's the fact. You don't want to block releases, because that's when the upper management is going to start thinking really weird of you. So please don't do that. It's just say, hey, my recommendation is to have another cycle, or my recommendation is to delay it 1 day, or something like that. Or my recommendation is to actually go ahead and release, but with the release note saying, hey, we know about these potential issues that we have found, so go ahead and, we're going to fix them as soon as possible. So very important to provide that kind of feedback, and that's where, QA becomes more than just a testing organization. It becomes a quality control organization. It says, hey, we have a strong opinion about something, but we will, we provide an opinion, but we will let you guys decide what you want to do, because at the end of the day, we want to be first in the market or something like that. So again, active defects, think about them as, you really don't want to have a lot of criticals or any criticals before the release, obviously. And once you start thinking about SEV3s and SEV4s, those are really the ones you want to think about and says, are they really crucial to release or not? And if not, then recommend the release in that. So for more tips and more KPI metrics, follow me in Single Stop for Software Quality. I'm Vlad Antonov. Until the next time.